Okay, your first step on the installation of the tube guard is to go ahead and spoon on half the tire on the rim, which we've already done here to save some time. Flip this over, and what you're going to do is you're going to line up your rim lock across from you, and you take your first tube guard. There's 2 tube guards, and note here it says this side must face tire. This side goes down. It'll sit like this for the first one. The second one will be up, but this one goes face down. So what we're going to do is take this little notch here. This is for your rim lock. We're going to line that up here. This end has a rubber expansion joint. You're going to squeeze it like this, and you're going to insert it, lift your tire up, and go ahead and insert that right at the rim lock. You're going to work it around. You got to wrestle a little bit, but it's not too bad. Okay, you'll get it part way in. Make sure that's lined up still. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll work half of this guard around to the rubber expansion joint. Stop there, then go ahead and work the other side around. A little easier on the stand here. And you'll just muscle this around a little bit. It's not too bad, but it takes a little bit of finger strength. Not too bad. Work it around a little bit of time, and you should hear this snap into place. There you go, that just locked in. Go back up here to the rim lock area and make sure, you gotta kind of feel it, that it is clear of the rim lock. You might have to move it left or right a little bit. There you go, not a big deal. Next, you're gonna install the inner tube. So we use a little bit of talcum powder on this to help this slide around, makes installation a whole lot easier. Find your valve stem hole, that's right here. Lay your tire on there, and we're going to go ahead and insert the tube into the tire. At this point, don't insert the valve stem itself. Just kind of work your way around, leaving the valve stem out. Make sure it's not twisted. And you want to keep that thing clocked right where it needs to be. So work your way around. This is the fun part. Okay. All right. Keeping an eye on this valve stem, make sure it doesn't slide. All right, we're getting there. Make sure that's in and down. Oh, let's see here, a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Whoop. Let's go with that right there. Okay, after you have the tube installed, the next step is go ahead and take the valve stem and put it roughly in place down there. And the trick to this is take a tire iron, once that's in there, and if you take 2 tire irons, put them on either side of the valve stem, and if you push this back, you can see here on the back side, you can see on the back side there's your valve stem, and it's much easier just to go ahead and push it in with the little screwdriver. Kind of just fish it through. If you don't have the little valve stem tool, this is the best way to do it. So go ahead and push it in. And sometimes you got to work it a little bit. There we go. There it is. Then go ahead, once that's through, let's go ahead and throw that nut on there. And we'll take this nut, so make sure we don't lose our inner tube, and snug this down. I can do this. Okay, there we go. And we'll tighten that down so it's nice and square. We'll go ahead and suck that nut all the way down for now. We'll loosen it when we're complete. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll just snug that up for now. Okay, next we're going to install the second tube guard. And as you can see, here's our rim lock that's clear. Spin this back around like we did the other one. And this one is going to go, this side must face tire, so this one actually goes up. This is the second one. Don't reverse them. This is the correct way to do this. So with this one up, find your rim lock. Go ahead and do the same thing. You bend this right here at the rubber expansion joint. Lift your tire up here, and we'll get this started. Lift that up a little bit. Okay, there's your rim lock. And we'll stick this in. Okay, make sure it's clear of the rim lock. Work this half in. Okay, there's one side, almost. Okay, and work half of it in, and you'll to the rubber expansion joint, and lay that over so it'll kind of lock in place. Oops, let me finish. I didn't catch it right here. Okay, work that around. Much easier on the stand than doing it on the ground. Okay, there's that half. Then you're going to work the other half, which is right here. Keeping in mind where that rim lock is and where that gap is. So you just kind of push that in, work a little bit at a time. There it goes. Just got to work it. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do here is grab a tire iron just to help me spoon this on a little bit, make my life a little easier. It's down, work it around, and one more right here at the rubber expansion joint, snaps into place. Okay, now you need to go back to the rim lock area, reach up under here and make sure that it is clear of that rim lock, which I can feel here. You can't see it, but I can feel both sides of that clearing the rim lock. And as you can see, it goes all the way in. So next we're going to go ahead and spoon this tire on. Make sure we use some lubrication on here. Do not use WD-40, soap, any type of oil base. You want to use a Windex or water or even parts cleaner. The reason being is that lubrication on WD-40 or soap does not dry, and it goes against this rim lock. The rim lock is designed to keep that tire from moving, and if you have lubrication in there, that defeats that purpose. So we're going to start spooning our tire on right here. We can go ahead and start at the rim lock area and work our way around. We have a bead buddy that we use that is really makes putting these tires on much easier. Drop that in, that'll let us work all the way around. We can only use one iron, which helps a ton. Works around. So the other advantage of this tube guard is, as you can see or hear, this is a wood chisel here. This is a tube guard. You cannot hit the inner tube. So that's a huge plus. I mean, you can take this and go ahead and spoon it on. You know, like I say, it's a guard there, so it keeps you from doing the install flat, which is a real bummer when you get your tire on and realize it's flat. So this is how that works. Okay. So just work it around. Pretty simple. And the trick on these is a lot of lubrication, and when you get towards the end here, make sure this is pushed down and in the valley where the spokes are at. Makes the installation a little easier. And the other trick here is take a little bit smaller bites. Don't take big bites. There you go. And there it is. Oh, one more. There you go, that's in. Take this out. Next, you're going to go ahead and put your valve stem in there. And once that's in and tight, you're going to back this off. Once your valve stem's in, air it up. The bead will seat on the rim. You're going to loosen this back up. You don't want to suck this down. You're going to want to put your valve stem cap on there. Back this screw up to the bottom of that cap. And then on your rim lock, make sure this is good and tight. You don't want to just taking a nice mild bite. You need to really bite in well to keep this tire from rotating. And that is the installation video.